Hi guys, today I am at the Apollo Victoria Theatre where Wicked is on, as you all know, and I'm here to talk to Nessarose, Rosa O'Reilly.
Yes, hi.
How's it going?
Good, amazing, thank you.
How did you get involved with Wicked? Like, was it a show you'd always wanted to do?
Always.
Was this the part you'd always liked, or?
I auditioned for it. I think the first time I auditioned was probably straight after drama school, but I mean the first time I watched it I was like 15, 16, and I actually saw like the original like Idina Menzel, and I was like obsessed. I just loved her and I thought she was amazing, and the show I was like wow, like blown away. And I remember like listening to the soundtrack and just being like, oh my god, I want to be in this. I actually always wanted to be Elphaba, interestingly, and then I've ended up doing the other characters, so it's really weird. You know, like Glinda's another character in the show that I understudy, as well as playing Nessa, which is never something I thought I would actually do. But yeah, I started way back with Wicked wanting to be in it, and then I auditioned after drama school. I think I auditioned about 4 times before actually getting cast.
Right.
Yeah, because it's kind of where you slot into the picture and you know what's available and what they see you as at that time or whatever. So it took me a long time to get in the show, and it was like one of my dream shows to be in. So it's like it's so amazing to be like actually.
So do you think you might play Elphaba one day?
I have no idea. I'd love to.
That could be a first.
I mean,
Glinda, Nessarose,
who knows?
and then Elphaba.
I would love to give that part a go. Whether it will happen or not, who knows? But it would be great. Yeah,
Fun.
why not? Yeah.
And you joined Wicked a couple of years ago now.
Yeah. So this is I'm going into my 3rd contract.
Okay.
So joined like quite a long time ago.
So you started off as the understudy for Nessarose.
So ensemble track, and then I was understudying first cover for Nessarose and second cover for Glinda, which I'm still doing now. Yeah.
And then was it just this year, about a month ago, you've gone full time with the Nessarose?
Full time. So yeah, luckily they offered me the part this year, which was amazing because I always kind of wanted to do it like full time. Yes, that's been great to like sort of step up in the company and stuff. Yeah,
I think it's lovely. We seem to be seeing that more and more in the West End. Obviously, like Alice had it.
I feel like in the last year or so, it's actually happened really like a lot for
Kinky
people.
Boots have done it. It's
really
really nice.
good
I think
to see.
that people are getting the chance to take that step up.
100%.
So let's talk about the show Wicked.
Yes.
For people that maybe haven't seen it, what's the general story?
I mean, it's basically the untold story of Oz, and it's such a complex show actually. I think like I've had so many people see it and see it several times, and it's like every time they come back they're like, I didn't realise that bit.
Yeah.
I totally saw something different in the story there, and it's basically about why the Wicked Witch of the West is wicked, and like kind of what makes her become wicked. But then within the story there's so many things, like you've got the whole friendship between Elphaba and Glinda, and then you've got like all these other different characters, and without like ruining the plot, there's just so many twists and turns, and like it's sort of based on the novel Wicked, but it's also like, you know, with the Wizard of Oz and stuff, and it's linked to sort of the prequel of what happens, like, and why the characters are the way they are, without giving anything away to anyone who hasn't seen it. But
and
it's so good.
And you play Elphaba's sister, Nessarose.
Yeah, so
Tell me a bit about her
Elphaba's
character.
younger sister, Nessarose. And I think with her character, again, it's kind of like, it's really interesting. You get, in Act 1, she's completely kind of different. Act 2, you kind of see this massive change in Act 2, which is what I love about her. She suddenly kind of becomes her own, and she's a bit more like a grown-up sort of version of the character. It's really, I guess
it's kind of quite similar, I guess, to the Elphaba journey, the way it goes darker and...
Well, she turns into essentially a wicked witch as well, like, and you kind of, again, get to see why that happens through the story. Again, I don't want to give anything but away, but you're like, okay, that's why she is the way she is, kind of thing.
And do you think it's... Like, I try and think about the character, and do you think she becomes the way she does because of her whole life being treated differently, and I guess, do you think she's always been envious of her sister?
There's so many different ways you could go about it.
How do you see the character?
Well, for me, the way that she becomes, for me personally, I think is somewhat to do with Elphaba, but I think it's actually quite a lot to do with Bok. And it's this like, kind of this unrequited love. And I think it's more to do with that. Because, you know, she's kind of like holding on to this like love interest that's actually not. For me, it's the Bok relationship with her that makes her really.
Do you think
go
she?
like that.
Obviously, we don't want to give anything away, but
Yeah, it's hard to try and explain it without like giving away the story. a little
obviously, you know, Bock is very much in love with Nessa. Do you think? I just don't think Nessa's really in love with him. She's
bit. I
just.
think it's the other way round.
Do you?
Yeah, because she kind of wants him there, wants to keep him there.
But
And
do you think it's
Bock's
because
about Glinda.
she's worried no one else will ever want her?
Possibly something like that.
I guess it could be seen as either way,
Yeah.
but I find it a really interesting.
Well, that whole thing is quite. Yeah, it's like I guess you take what you take from it, but for me, like with Bock the whole time, he's like a bit obsessed with Glinda and always
Yeah.
wants to be by her side, and then Nessa kind of clings onto this idea that, oh my god, no, he really loves me, and then you know in Act 2 and he's like, oh, I'm off now because you can look after yourself, and she's just like, oh my gosh, like I don't have that control, and you know.
Yeah, and she's always had, I guess,
just-
her family around her and her
Yeah,
dad. And
so everyone
she's
just
lost all
leaves.
that.
Everyone just leaves and stuff, and it's
Well, she should
it's
be a
actually
bit
pretty
nicer
tragic.
then, shouldn't
Yeah,
she?
but I mean, she does turn, and she can be quite. She's got that edge to her, even in Act 1, where she's a little bit younger, and she's like, you know, she's in university, and she's kind of a bit more youthful, and she's still got that like edge a little bit with Elphaba, like in the way she treats Elphaba. And
I think she
and
may
that.
truly be the only wicked one.
Do you think?
I think
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I don't know. I think everyone. There's certain little bits of every character that have that like edge to them.
Yeah.
I think in the show. I think when you put it like that, or maybe because I
like-
think Elphaba's not actually.
Everyone's seems to be more misunderstood.
Yeah, misunderstood. That's it. That's true.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
she is
well,
quite wicked, I suppose, when you look at it like that.
It's the name of the game.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I guess.
So let's kind of looking into the character a little bit.
Yeah.
If Nessarose was to sing one of the other songs from the show,
Yeah.
which song within the show do you think most suits her character?
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's a really hard question.
I think again it could be No Good Deed.
I was
because
thinking No
it's-
Good Deed.
They're both going through that
Potentially.
same. I
Yeah.
don't think she's a popular girl, is she?
No, I think she's kind of that like outsider a little bit, and
Yeah.
I think she does kind of she wants to be loved. She just kind of deep down like wants to be loved and wants to like fit in and all of that. So like so you see in Act 1, Elphaba kind of like embarrasses her because she sort of puts herself on her and stuff like that. And I think she just wants to fit in, you know, and she wants to be that girl, but obviously just doesn't go that way for her for whatever reason. Yeah, and then she sort of finds herself, just kind of like left by people, and I think maybe that is because she has got that wicked side to her, or she turns wicked or whatever it is. But maybe No Good Deed, potentially that one. I can't really think that any other song would be really fitting
No.
for her.
Interesting
I
to
don't
think
know.
about,
Yeah, I've never really thought about it like
No.
that. So
So why do you think people should come and see the show? What is it about?
do you
Wicked?
know what? It's just so. It's like really inspiring. And the music is incredible. It's everything about it, I think, is what like a big West End production should be. It's like the spectacle, the costumes, the lighting, the songs, like the singers are incredible, like just the story as well is so clever. I think there's something for everyone. I think we have like kids watching it, really young kids who love it. We've got adults, you know, teenagers. It's all like a mix of people that like come to see it. It's not like one specific
No.
audience. I feel like everyone enjoys it, and even people I know who don't really like musicals will come and be like, actually that was really entertaining, or
Yeah.
there's a bit of everything in it. I think there's comedy, there's kind of like the darker side of it, and then there's more interesting.
Like you say, there's so many layers to it as well.
Yeah, there really
I mean,
is.
I'm not gonna lie. It's way above 50 times I've probably seen it.
Amazing.
Because there is so much that you can
there's
see
so
that
much
you've
to
never
it.
noticed before.
100%.
So I think that's probably one of the main reasons people do come back
Yeah.
and back and back, because there's so much to it.
There is so much more to it. Yeah.
So come and see it.
Yes.
Wicked booking until the end of time, probably.
Probably, we
it's
hope so.
Not going anywhere, I don't think. I'll put a link in the description below to where you can buy tickets. And thank you very much.
Thank
It's been a real
you.
pleasure
You
talking
too.
to you.
You too.
Rosa O'Reilly. Cheers.